Fleet Weeks are a way for citizens to connect with their Navy. These annual celebrations, held throughout the nation, give America a chance to learn about the Navy and allow sailors and Marines an opportunity to explore new cities and make new friends. Senator Dianne Feinstein, as San Francisco mayor in 1981, started Fleet Week to show appreciation for the men and women in the naval services. Today, in addition to its emphasis on celebration, San Francisco Fleet Week is working to educate the public about emergency preparedness. It is still fun. There are a range of activities for you and your family to participate in. But while Blue Angels Air Show goes on over Marina Green, and as Navy ships parade under the Golden Gate Bridge, the Navy and Marine Corps will be helping local first responders prepare for the inevitable: a catastrophic Bay Area earthquake. The San Francisco Bay region is a hotbed of earthquake activity. Experts believe that over the next 10 years, the overall probability of a catastrophic magnitude 6.7 or greater earthquake in the Bay Area is 63%. It's only a matter of time.
All told, the October 17th earthquake killed 63 people. 42 people died in the Cypress structure alone.
When the next big quake hits, local first responders are probably going to need additional help from outside the disaster zone. If the disaster is large enough, the governor will likely turn to the U.S. military, specifically the Navy and Marine Corps, for help. In past Bay Area earthquakes, military personnel have always helped out when San Francisco was in need. After San Francisco's Great Quake of April 18, 1906, the military moved into action. The Navy's response started with the USS Preble arriving along the firefighting vessels from Mare Island Naval Shipyard. America's nascent Coast Guard got involved too, with the revenue cutter Golden Gate mooring nearby and providing much-needed water for drinking and firefighting. Ashore, while other sailors and Marines fought the fires, one of the Navy's first submariners, Joseph A. Curtin, chief electrician of submarine USS Pike, established an aid station at what is now the St. Francis Lutheran Church in the Mission District. At sea, Navy ships received a radio distress call, marking the first time radio had been used to communicate during an emergency. By the evening of April 19th, the USS Chicago had dropped anchor off Fort Mason. By the 22nd of April, other ships arrived to help the Navy coordinate the evacuation of at least 20,000 victims. Still, one of the largest non-combatant amphibious evacuations ever conducted. These ships were moored a few meters from the ships you might be visiting for Fleet Week. Minutes after the October 17, 1989 Loma Prieta quake, which happened just as the Bay Area was getting ready for Game 3 of the World Series, Bay-based soldiers, sailors, and Marines were working throughout the Bay Area. Military helicopters moved heavy equipment over gridlocked streets, plucked stranded victims from the collapsed Bay Bridge, and took injured from the collapsed I-880 freeway. As you can see on this map, Navy ships were providing steam to local power plants to aid in restoring life-saving electricity to the San Francisco power grid. Marines traveled 80 miles from their vessels and helped cut off areas near the epicenter. By the end of the response, more than 35 Navy ships and hundreds of Marines helped with recovery operations. With the end of the Cold War, the United States military decided their Bay Area bases were no longer needed. Today, the ships and the thousands of sailors and Marines that were once based here have gone. Only the Coast Guard station in Alameda remains. So, in the event of an earthquake, where will the military come from? With roads and bridges likely to be blocked, Travis Air Force Base is 50 long miles away. Even worse, the local Bay Area airfields are expected to be severely damaged by the earthquake. For most of the San Francisco Peninsula, real help must come from the sea. Navy ships like this one from Naval Base San Diego can be in San Francisco Bay waters in a few days and begin helping a shattered, frightened Bay Area recover. That is why Fleet Week is so important. Today, humanitarian assistance and disaster response is a major piece of the Navy's mission, being a global force for good. With over 70% of the surface of the Earth covered by water, and over 80% of the Earth's population living within 10 miles of the ocean, the Navy and Marine Corps team provide unique capabilities for assistance during a major catastrophe. After the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, after Hurricane Katrina in 2005, or the recent massive earthquake in Haiti, the U.S. fleet is there. Today, the Navy and Marine Corps team are preparing, just like you should be, for the next disaster. In the military, they say that if you meet for the first time on the battlefield, the battle is not going to go well. San Francisco Fleet Week, by giving the Navy and local disaster workers a chance to get to know each other and to match resources with critical regional needs, will help the Navy and Marine Corps team get ready to help here when the Bay Area needs assistance. San Francisco Fleet Week gives us a chance to learn about the humanitarian assistance capabilities of the naval services and, best of all, to appreciate how truly wonderful the young men and women serving in the military are today. Thanks to events like Fleet Week, if the Navy and Marine Corps are ever asked to help out the Bay Area in a natural or man-made disaster, the military and local disaster workers will be able to work together. Don't miss this opportunity to visit one of the Navy's ships. Go down to Marina Green to watch the air show and browse the displays. But have fun, too, and take the time while you're watching the military, the Italian Heritage Parade, or just enjoying the October weather to meet a few of the sailors and Marines who are visiting us. Enjoy your Fleet Week.